Hey guys, I'm going to be giving you a quick help on the homework for the weekend. It's only 9 problems, and I think that once you get started, you're going to start flying through it, and it won't actually take you very long. I'm going to do 3 of them for you. I think I'm going to do number 2, I'll do number 5, and I think I'll do number 8 as well. So let me circle those here to remind myself. 2, 5, and 8. Those are the ones we're going to do. Before I get started, I want to do something that Fernando pointed out. He said, is there like a base format for this thing, for logarithms, that we could use that might be helpful? I think he might be onto something. And if I start off, let's say, with our base format is log base of some b, base some b of a equals x. Well, that's the same as saying, to what power do I need to raise b to equal a? So let me just write that. All right, so just a quick walk through there. I'm just asking myself, to what power, that's this log of x, to what power must I raise b to equal a? So whatever a and b are, this is really just the question you're asking yourself in every case. So let's start off with this first example. To what power must I raise 4 to equal 64? So I can start thinking about 4 to the what power? Well, if I want to get 4 to equal 64, I need to raise it to the third power. So log base 4 of 64 is 3. And I can check that because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So we know that's true. So to what power must I raise 4 to get 64? To the third power. That's why it equals 3. All right? Pretty quick. Well, let's do number 5 down here. To what power must I raise 64 to equal 8? Well, I'm diminishing this number. It's decreasing in size. So I know that I'm not going to have just a positive whole number for an exponent, because otherwise that number would go up. So I've got a couple of options. I could use a negative exponent, and that would create a fraction for us. Or I could use a rational exponent, which is what I'm going to do in this case. The square root of 64 equals 8. So I'm going to raise this to the 1/2 power. So the power that I need to raise 64 to equal 8 is 1/2. And let me just show you why that's true. That's because 64 to the 1/2 is equal to the square root of 64, which is 8. So that's true. All right, so that's number 5. Now let's talk about number 8. We haven't done questions like this in class, but you're just solving for x, just the same as we have been. So we're going to ask ourselves the question. To the 4th power, must I raise 3 to equal what? So that's kind of a weird way to say it, but a way to write that out would be, to the 4th power, must I raise 3 to equal x? Well, this doesn't even require very much thinking. This is just solving. 3 to the 4th is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 81. So in this case, x equals 81. So your x is in a different spot. It's maybe easier to solve these because this is saying we are raising 3 to the 4th and getting x. So what is x? All right, so that's how you may want to think of these. These are set up a little bit differently than the ones above it, but we're following the same rules, so you do need to do all these. All right, guys, so hopefully that's pretty helpful. I don't think this homework will take you guys very long. I'm expecting it to be pretty good. So have a good long weekend, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday.